I told our team that we're not into moral victories, but we are about improvement, and showed improvement today. And where I am proud of this group is we dealt with some injuries and some different things, and they really, after the trip back from Philadelphia on Sunday, just were really locked in yesterday and today, and that's one of our just grittiest efforts that we've had, and that's what we want to be about. So we've got to be able to try to build off of that, from the charges to guys getting their nose in there, just having some grittiness, and give credit to East Carolina. They've shown that with some really good wins that they've had this year, but of course would have loved to have gotten this one for our team and our fans, but we just fell a little bit short.
What led to that effort being different?
I don't know, Kelly. I'd love to find out exactly and bottle that up, right? I think sometimes when a couple guys go out and other guys get opportunities, that there's a big adrenaline rush that can come from that. I mean, Ari Seals plays almost 20 minutes today, and he was our Cane of the Week. Michelle, we talked about that, and he's had some really good practices, and he's got a very high basketball IQ. He's got some toughness to him, and I thought he really helped us. And so I just think that there was a couple guys. I thought our freshmen grew up big time today, just playing in the moment and knowing that they had to deliver in certain areas. So it was good to see in that.
Extending the game seemed to be working out pretty well for you. What were you looking for on that last possession?
Well, we were hoping to get the 5-second call right before that and then be down one. And Usar is not one of their best free throw shooters, but he makes the first. And so we gave him a play call for if he makes the second, and we're down 3. Now they were fouling in the backcourt and assumed that would be what was next. But on a miss, and just like we had a couple possessions before that, it's really a spread of the floor, guys running to certain spots. And I thought East Carolina did a nice job of just kind of jamming up the middle. Jesaiah made a couple bounces and felt traffic and tried to pass it, and then their length kind of took over, and we just ran out of time.
Tim, once again, had a good night statistically. But with him, it seems like he is always the first guy, kind of yelling at his teammates on the floor. He's always vocal about what he wants to see from more energy from the other people. Can you just talk about his evolution here in the latter half of the season?
Yeah, Tim is a very passionate guy, and he's got an energy about him, and you can see that passion in a number of different areas. It's one of his great strengths because he can have this electricity about him that can spread throughout, and he's really done a great job, I think, of controlling that as the season's gone on. I thought early on he could find himself out of control a little bit on both ends of the floor, but he's harnessed that energy much better and did a nice job on Johnson for a good large portion of the game, and made some really nice plays, especially plays around the basket that we needed.
I thought Brandon had probably his best night, running the point, especially considering how heavily they were defending him. What did you think of his performance, kind of running things tonight?
Yeah, no, I thought he did a really good job. What's happened, we talked about this, because of all this ball handling responsibility, it's been much more challenging for him to get loose from 3 and get some of those catch and shoots that he's had earlier. But he was getting a lot of pressure, and you could tell what their game plan was to really try to exhaust him, wear him down, because we didn't have a lot of other options from ball handling. So, but I thought he did a nice job. He made some free throws late when we were playing from behind and trying to extend the game, and then just made some timely decisions. So you saw some good growth from him.
You mentioned being shorthanded. Do you anticipate getting some of those guys back soon?
We've got a couple days now to get healthy, or try to get healthy until Sunday's game. So we're just going to lots of treatment over the next couple of days and evaluate where those guys are at.
What is Anthony's status?
He's out indefinitely. So, not not expecting him for Sunday, and really not beyond for the foreseeable future.
What does this game do for you guys here, especially as you go up at least against UCF next? I mean, you mentioned you're not into moral victories, but watching this team tonight, it looked like a different team than we've seen in the last 5 or so, or really even 8 games.
Oh, it certainly looked different. I mean, there's, you know, and some of it's a stylistic change for sure. Like we were, and it's become harder to score because we're choosing to play half-court basketball. When early on, when we had a little bit more depth, we were trying to push the tempo and try to score with quicker opportunities. But so we wanted to make it a lower possession game. But I just thought overall our defensive effort was much more sound. The guys executed some things really well that we were looking for. Finding baskets was challenging. You lose Sam and his points, and you got to find him in other areas. But you know, happy for Jesaiah. You know, he found the bottom of the net sometimes, and we made some other nice plays. But I know you gain confidence from doing, and for the young players, for the older players, seeing us get closer can just create a little bit more confidence in what we need to do now for Sunday against a very good team.
Last one from me. How do you feel as a coach walking away from a 2-point loss versus the double-digit losses you've had recently?
You agonize over them all for different reasons. The double-digit losses, you look at what is the biggest issues, where's the biggest concerns, and how to try to identify those. But losing's hard. We're all competitors here. I've been about competing like this all my entire life, so it's not easy. The 2-point loss, of course, coming over the last 3 weeks or so, it feels good to have your heart beating down the stretch. And I tell our guys that all the time. You want your heart to be pumping down the stretch and feel like that energy of a close basketball game. And we got to fight with everything we've got. But in a 2-point game, you agonize little possessions even more, you know, especially down the last media timeout where we could do some things. But I told our guys in there, it's all about one possession at a time. Our guys are heartbroken. You know, they look at what they did wrong, but it's a big picture thing. There's a lot of things that we could do right and better throughout the game, but we did a lot more right tonight than what we've done in the last few weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.